Hello. It's your Yodit. Yeah, I'm back with another story. Yeah, should we open the Akashic Records again? Well, I already mentioned this before, right? I've said there is a Somali clan named the Akishas. Yeah, the Akishas. They live mainly in Ethiopia, but they are East African clans, or they're East African people, and Nas, the people that live in East Africa, the Horn of Africa. So we all know the J and the Y are interchangeable, right? So let's get into more of women's stories, right? The Anas. Next video I'm gonna do on Surat al Nas. Yeah. So, like I said, the Y and the J are interchangeable, right? So the name Judith is of Hebrew origin and means women of Judea or Jewish women. It is derived from the Hebrew name Yehudit. Judith. I've already did a story about Judith, right? And the different names she's known across the Horn, or in East Africa, or the Ethiopic people, the black people, which is the feminine form of the name Yehuda, meaning praise or to give thanks. The name Judith has been used for centuries and appears in various forms in different languages and cultures. In the Bible, the book of Judith tells the story of a Jewish woman named Judith, who saved her people by bravely deceiving and beheading an enemy general, Holofernes. Judith is celebrated as a heroine and a symbol of courage, faith in Jewish and Christian tradition. The name Judith has been popular throughout history and is commonly used in many parts of the world. It has a variation in different languages. Judith is a timeless and classic name that continues to be a popular choice for baby girls today. Judith is a given name of an Ethiopian origin, yeah, or the people of Ethiopia, or the Ethiopic people, meaning Cushite people, right? It is a female name that is used in Ethiopia and other parts of East Africa. So I'm making a point. So in order for you to be Jewish, your mother has to be Jewish, right? So a woman named Judith or Judith from Judea, yeah, has to have given birth to you. So let's continue on with Jesus, who was in the books from Jewish origin, right? So I'm trying to make a point, right? So now that we got that out of the way of Judith, the out of the way Elohim, because in the Jewish tradition, right, they say your mother has to be Jewish for you to classify as Jewish, right? Yeah, so the lineage comes from your mother's side. So, and they say Jesus died. He was a Jewish guy, right, who died, and Judah betrayed him, right? So he died at 33, and I've already did a video on the master number 33, which is the equivalent, or the Arabic numerals 55, right? Or it's written 55 in the Arabic numeral is 33. I'll explain that in another video, but let's continue on with the story. According to Christian tradition, Jesus Christ is believed to have died at the age of 33. This is based on the timeline presented in the New Testament. Yeah, so the Old Testament is Jewish, but I say the Old Testament is Christianity, the New Testament is Islam, right? Peace. Specifically in the Gospels, which record the Gospels, the gossip says, right, which records Jesus' birth, ministry, and crucifixion and resurrection. The Bible does not explicitly state Jesus' exact age at the time of his death, But based on various references to significant events in his life, scholars and theologians have concluded that he was around 33 years old. So they're killing him in the books. Or her. The idea that Jesus died at the age of 33 is largely accepted by most Christian denominations and has become a widely recognized aspect of Christian belief. The significance of Jesus' age at the time of his death is often seen as symbolic. Yeah, everything is a symbolism, reflecting the idea of Jesus completing his earthly mission and fulfilling his role as the savior of humanity. However, it is important to note that the specific age of Jesus at the time of his death is not a central tenet of Christian faith, and different interpretations and beliefs exist within Christianity regarding this matter. Ultimately, the importance of Jesus' death and resurrection as the cornerstone of Christian faith remains consistent across denominations, regardless of the exact age at which he died. Now, let's get into the Islamic tradition, or as I like to call the New Testament, right? Christianity is basically the Old Testament, yeah, and then Islam is the New Testament, you know what I mean? Judaism is basically the old tradition, pharaonic tradition, right? Because they're all related to pharaonic time, yeah. So in the Islamic tradition, Jesus, known as Isa in Arabic, Isa, that's where you get the word Isi in Somali. Isi is honor, and that's where you get the concept of the Ottoman Empire or the Osmani Empire. Yeah, you guys think it's certain people from a certain place, but no. But that's another story for another day. So Jesus, known as Isa in Arabic, holds a significant and revered status as a prophet. The beliefs about Jesus' death and resurrection in Islam differ from those in Christianity, right? They differ in the theology, the interpretation, yeah, the storytelling. But ultimately, we're talking about the same person, right? Because Muhammad is considered to be the light, Nur al-Islam, right? The light of Islam, and Jesus obviously was the light, right? So, according to Islamic belief, Jesus was not crucified and did not die on the cross as Christians believe. Instead, Quran, or the writings, yeah, the old book of Islam states that Jesus was not crucified, but rather it appeared to people that he was crucified. Some interpretations suggest that someone else may have been crucified in Jesus' place. In Islam, it is believed that Jesus was raised up to heaven by God before his enemies could harm him. As for the concept of resurrection, Islamic teachings holds that all human beings, including Jesus, will be resurrected on the day of judgment for final judgment by God. Muslims believe in the return of Jesus in the future as a sign of the times, the whole Mahdi time. The Mahdis, or the Mahdi in Somali, Mahad, yeah, means someone that's blessed, right? قفكني mahad buleyahay. You know what I mean? So, and it's also another name for someone called Muhammad. If that person is Muhammad, usually their nickname would be Mahad, you know, the blessed one, that sort of thing. So, overall, the Islamic tradition regarding Jesus' death and resurrection differs from Christian beliefs, emphasizing Jesus' elevated status as a prophet and his return in the future rather than his death and resurrection for humanity's salvation. Yeah, so a new age come when the Mahdi comes back, right? So the whole Mahdi, it's an era, it's an age, you know, the blessed one's age, the new elevated status of humanity, the blessed age, right? So it's a movement. The Mahdis is just not one person, it's just a new era, it's a new movement. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that little 411. Bye.